Yellow! What's up guys, it's JosephEvans1011 here, and just before we begin the video, I am wearing a beanie because I couldn't be bothered doing my hair today. And before we get into more dilemmas, it is a bubble hat! So today I'm going to be doing the my first time tag video thing, yeah. I've seen many other YouTubers do this, big ones, Zoella, Danny's Not on Fire, Tyler Oakley, and so on and so on and so on. So I thought, you know what, Friday video, need to make something, and I thought it was a good idea. So I've got a list of things here to do with my first time, and let's just get started with it. My first word. My mum actually told me this a couple months ago. My first word, I don't really think it classes as a word, but it was Derby Daz. Now, Derby Daz is what I used to call biscuits. So when I was like a couple months or like 18 months old, I would always go to mum and go, Derby Daz, and she'd know I would want biscuits. It kind of became a thing when I was a kid, and you know, it's kind of slowly crept back into now modern day because I'm starting to call biscuits Derby Daz again because I love that word. My first teddy. I got a teddy when I went to nursery, which must have been 2003, 2004, somewhere around there. And it was this teddy. It was like just a normal teddy. You could move the arms around and legs and so on. And it had a what's that, claret? It had a colour of claret and a Union Jack on the front of it. And I was in nursery. My first friend. I'm kind of stuck between two people because I don't know which one it were. One of them is kind of a family member, kind of not, and the other one isn't, so I'm going to go the one that isn't, and that person, as you know him, is Josh Wilson. Yes. I can't remember any further back on this, so if I'm wrong, sorry. But me and Josh were actually friends in nursery, and throughout our primary school life we forgot of each other's existence, and throughout high school we forgot about each other's existence, and as you know, about 2 months ago we only found out that we knew each other beforehand. Me and Josh were friends in nursery, so we were in nursery about a year, so we must have been good mates, and we used to do a lot of stuff together. We've got a picture together which is right here. Yeah, there's Josh, there's me. My first crush. I'm actually not so sure of this. So I must have been about year 4. So year 4, that means I must have been about 7 or 8, somewhere around there. And the girl that I fancied was in year 5, so she would have been about 9, 10. Her name was Holly, and I had the biggest crush you could probably ever have because number one, she did gymnastics all the time, so she would be bendy, twisty, all over the playground field, and wow. My first kiss. My first kiss was in primary school. I think I was in year 5. And I decided to date someone who was in year 4. And well, it didn't really last long, it was like a 2-week relationship. Back then, we did not know what relationships were. But yes, her name was Leah, and she was my first kiss. Your first celebrity crush. My first celebrity crush would have been, that I know, is the girl from Stardust. I think I watched the film in 2007. I think that's when it came out, I can't really remember. But this girl, whoa, I had the biggest crush you could ever have. She's still beautiful now, but she's, nah, not in my books anymore. First girlfriend. Okay, my first like proper girlfriend and relationship was when I was in year 8. Yes, I was very late, and it lasted quite a long time. It lasted several months. It was someone with, oh, what's her name? I forgot it now. Oh yeah. It was with someone called Olivia, and we dated for about 4 months. We met at our swimming centre, which is over there. And we became really, really good friends, and then about a week later we started going out, and yeah, and she was my first more or less proper relationship, and then we split up in 2011. Just more so, there was kind of 2 reasons. Number one, we were kind of like splitting apart really, and number 2, I was thinking she was going a bit nuts. And looking at her as I've seen her every so often, she has gone nuts. My first job. Okay, wait, I actually haven't had a first job yet, but yesterday we had like a quiz thing, and I think I'm now getting a weekend job at Asda. So yeah, that might be my first job at Asda. First gig or slash blah 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 concert. This is when I come to a bit longer because I don't even think I've been to one. I do not remember going to any kind of concert or gig or at all, so I'm a bit of a lone on there because I am a music fan, don't get me wrong, I am a music fan, but I just haven't been to a music concert or all like that. First car. This was my first car. It was amazing, very, very cheap. The MOT was amazing on it, and oh my god, the tax was just so low, car was cheap as all. I mean, it couldn't even just be free, and then plus, it required no petrol, there was no cost, you used your feet, so whilst you drove it, you lost weight at the same time. First blog post. I kind of only just started blogging about 6 months ago, and I kind of like left it. So I'm gonna go with first comment on YouTube. This was in 2007 because back then no, not 2007, 2008. This was back in 2008. My grandparents had gotten a computer and it was connected to the internet. This was kind of like when I first started getting used to the internet and actually properly using it, because before then the internet, never heard of it. 2008 was my big year for the internet, and one of my very first websites was in fact YouTube, and I loved it. And one of my very first YouTubers that I actually became fond of was ouJcfK, and my first comment was I want it, because I was entering an iPod giveaway. Last of all, my first video. So in 2008 also, I came a bit of like a sci-fi fanatic, and I became obsessed with the movie War of the Worlds, and I always built these little paper models of the alien tripod machines, and I could probably still make one right now, really, but it probably won't be as good as I used to make them. But my first video was me trying out with special effects. Trust me, they were crap. But I can't actually show you the video because that account it is on is now disabled, so I cannot recover it in any other way. But the channel that it was on was called Burnsy8759. The reason it got disabled was because I started uploading small snippets from the movie War of the Worlds, and that's why it got disabled. But my first video was basically me running down the street pretending to be zapped and turned to ash by one of these alien machines. So guys, that basically wraps it up for today's video. So I hope you did enjoy this video, and if you did, please be sure to hit that thumbs button down below and that subscribe button whilst you're at it. I also have a vlog channel, which the link will be in the description, or you can click the annotation right there beside my head and you will go straight to that video. I also the other day spent my very first time in an Apple store, yeah, so check that out. Josh pulls some kind of weird faces when he starts going on the back. He's like, sorry Josh. Anyway, that's it for today's video, so make sure you do give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below if you have something to say, and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Ciao!